So let me now bring up our Reverend Melissa, I'm calling it our. And we have to address her as Reverend Melissa because we have other Melissas amongst us, okay? And one of them's our chair of the Board of Trustees, so we don't want to make a mistake when we say Melissa, Reverend Melissa.
Carl, I just love you so much. You are a unique being indeed. Yes?
I'll take the odd duck compliment.
It takes a lot to hold all of this.
Yes.
And I just would love for us to just acknowledge Carl for all that he is holding. Thank you so much, Carl. So welcome everyone. I am Rev Melissa, as Carl has indicated, and it is always so wonderful to be in the company of UUCR and Rockland Centers for Spiritual Living. And I so enjoy our third Sunday in collaboration with you all. So I want to let you know, last month, I shared a meditation and a spiritual mind treatment, and we will be doing that again, but a little later in the service as part of our topic today. So if you were looking for that, it's coming. It is coming. So we are in our October theme of healing. And October is a wonderful month for many reasons, but one of the reasons is my birthday month. So shout out to all the Libras out there, including Robin. And nature shows out in October, doesn't she?
Yes. Oh, yes.
With the changing of the leaves, you don't know what kind of weather you're going to get, those surprises, she shows out in October, and we are for all of that. So our companion book for October, we always have a companion book at Rockland CSL. So our companion book for the month is What It Takes to Heal. And the subtitle is How Transforming Ourselves Can Change the World. And nothing else can. We must transform ourselves in order for the world to heal. So our topic today is conjuring a vision of healing for all. So I brought my magic wand with me today because we're going to be casting a spell. What's under there? You have to wait and see. So I want to share one of the definitions for healing. To cause an undesirable condition to be overcome. To cause an undesirable condition to be overcome. So if we look at the world at any point in time, in history to current times, we would notice that there were and still are undesirable conditions to be overcome. Yes? So I also want to share a couple of definitions for the word conjure. One, to affect or influence by, or as if by invocation or spell. To call upon or command by invocation. And 3, to bring to mind. And we know the power of bringing things to mind. And so at Rockland CSL, we talk a lot about one mind, one love, oneness. And there is a lot of power in that. And we're going to get to experience that together today. The origins of the word conjure is from a Latin word that means to join in taking an oath, to form an alliance. And I see our collaborative services every third Sunday as an alliance. It is an alliance of love. It is an alliance of joy. So we're going to do some conjuring today. And if you will, just consider yourselves, it's October, the end of the month, it's the Halloween holiday. So just for today, consider yourselves the good witches of Rockland County. All right. And this magic wand, and it is magic, will be used today. And I will be saying the word abracadabra. And that word, the origins of that word means I create as I speak. So it's a very powerful, powerful invocation. I create as I speak. So Rockland CSL and UUCR have shared values. And I would say that we are centered in love, and that gets more and more fortified with each collaboration. We will use the technology, the spiritual technology of visioning for our conjuring. We use visioning often at Rockland CSL. And the beautiful thing about visioning is that it is not a mental thinking process. It is a spiritual feeling process that operates through the field of unconditional love. So I just want to check in with the UUCR folks for a moment. Have you ever done life visioning? Just by show of hands. One. Okay. All right. This is good. This is good. So the life visioning process was developed by Michael Bernard Beckwith. He's the founder and creator of Agape International Spiritual Center in California. And he wrote a book called Life Visioning, which is all about the process of visioning. And so today, as part of our experience, we're going to do a little visioning. I'm just going to give you a little taste of what that is as part of our conjuring today. Michael Bernard Beckwith states that the purpose of visioning is to provide a place in high consciousness where love's idea can reveal itself. So we know in healing, it's about revealing, because in essence, there is really nothing to heal. In essence, it is a revealing of that which is already present within us. Michael also says we participate in this process in order to catch love's vision. So it's not just our vision, our individual visions. It is love's vision. What does love have to say about all of the conditions that we need to overcome? So we are allowing love's vision to come forth by catching, and I would add conjuring, love's idea and making ourselves available to become it in consciousness. So conjuring of vision for healing for all is an opportunity for us to align with that vibration of love. It is an opportunity for us to cause an undesirable condition to be overcome. In other words, it reveals the possibilities of healing through the power of unconditional love. What is the greatest power in the universe? Love. So in the book that I referenced, What It Takes to Heal, the author Pinterest Henfield says this: to vision futures is to conjure something that sits outside of your town, your time, and circumstances while being firmly rooted in the moment. To listen for the calls of what is not yet here, but is waiting just in the wings, the way Harriet did. Even in the most unsteady and dangerous of times, Even now, we need our imaginations and we need visions. So the Harriet that the author is referring to is Harriet Tubman. And Harriet conjured a vision of freedom. The author describes Harriet as a prophet who found a way to the future, paving a new way, an unexpected path called from her commitment and her vision. So we may not be seeing it right now, but we can conjure it the same way that Harriet Tubman conjured freedom. Yes? Pinterest writes, visioning is an uncovering of potential. It's revealing what is already there and trying to become if we only believe. And I would add, not just believe it, know it and be it. It's not enough to know love, to believe love. We have to be love itself. So what we allow ourselves to imagine, what dreams spring from unlikely relationships, is the beginning of the future. The future is now. So we can't wait for election day. The future is now. We elect now who we are being in the world. So elect love is what we get to do. I'm not going to get off of my soapbox with the election. Let me stay right here. Because I could go. So, are you ready to cast a spell? Are you ready to cast a spell?
Yes.
All right. Those with me on Zoom, are you ready to cast a spell? All right. Feet King is saying she is. All right.
That's right.
So we will experience a conjuring of a vision of healing for all as a community, a unified community of love. So life visioning is a process facilitated through that field of love and our willingness to catch love's idea by being open to receiving answers to specific questions. So due to time constraints, we usually go through 5 to 6 questions. And today we're only going to do 2 of those questions, but it will be just as potent, I promise you. So on your chairs, there was a piece of cardboard paper because you're going to be writing. So if you don't have one, just let me know. And if you have a pen, please grab your pen or pencil if anyone needs a pen. Roxanne will bring you one. For those of you with me on Zoom, have a piece of paper and something to write with. So just have that ready.
Yeah.
Yeah. Here, Jessica. Okay. So everyone have a card. Everyone has something to write with. Wonderful. Okay, you can set that to the side for right now. Everyone on Zoom with me? And if you see this later on in the replay, you can still do this process. Yeah.
Let's go. Want to shoot gallery? Is that what you want?
Yes.
Okay.
Oh, you were seeing me up there?
Yes.
Oh, okay. All right. All right, so I think we're ready. So I just want to give you a little bit of background about visioning, since so many of you aren't familiar with it. Are we good?
Just keep going.
All right. So there's 3 interactive components to visioning: aligning with unconditional divine love, deep listening, and meditation. So I'm going to guide you through a brief meditation to align with that field of unconditional divine love that is always present. After the meditation, I'm going to just ask you 2 questions. And after each question, you'll just be with the question, because we've already created this field of unconditional love that we are bathed in. And we're just listening, not with our physical ears, but with our spiritual ears. So we're listening for whatever love wants to share with us. And that's what we're going to capture on the paper. So it might be a word, it might be a phrase, it might be a picture, it might be a song, it could be anything. Don't judge it, don't analyze it, don't even try to understand it. It's all good. Okay? So in between each question, we're going to pause for just a minute and just allow ourselves to see what wants to come up for us. The most important thing is to just trust the process. After the visioning process, we're going to close with a spiritual mind treatment. We're good? All right. So let's prepare for meditation by getting comfortable in our chairs. I would invite you to have your feet on the floor so you're grounded. If you want to, you can close your eyes or lower your gaze. Whatever facilitates you going within. So let's start with the breath. So let's take a deep breath in. And we let it out. And let's take another breath in. And let it out. And one more breath in. And let it out. And we recognize this breath as the one breath, the one life, the one love, the one infinite intelligence, the one that dwells within us. And so we are opening and softening our heart center. And we are receptive to the unconditional love that is infused within us, as us. This is a love that infiltrates the cosmos and greets us everywhere we go. This love we are opening to as the doorway into an intimate at-oneness with the source and its intuitive whispers in our soul. We give consent to hear the inaudible and see the invisible. With each breath, we give our body temple permission to relax and to release any tension or anxiety. Collectively, we are paving a way to dive deeper into the deeper dimensions of wisdom, knowledge, and intelligence that is already ours. And let's take a breath. And so to support us in facilitating the feeling tone of unconditional divine love, I invite you to bring to mind now someone or something, people, person, pet, that loves you or loved you if they're no longer on this physical realm, loves you just as you are. Let's tap into the feeling of that love, just as you are, and take a breath. This is the field that knows all there is to know. All of the answers are contained in the vibration of unconditional divine love, the love that each of us are. And we take a breath. And so we are ready and we are willing to hear the answer to the first question. What is love's highest vision for the world? What is love's highest vision for the world? And when something comes through, just write it on the piece of paper. What is love's highest vision for the world? And we'll just take a moment there. So let's take a breath. The second question, what must I release to manifest this vision? What must I release? What must I let go of to manifest this vision? It could be a habit, a mindset, a limiting belief, a behavior, an attitude. What is it I must release to manifest this vision? Just write down whatever is revealing itself through you. And let's take a breath. This is a very special conjuring pot. It's all the way from my kitchen. So let us start our conjuring. So I invite you to go within again. Close your eyes. And we conjure through the power of affirmative prayer, spiritual mind treatment. And let's take a breath. For we know the answers that have come forth are the answers that the world needs now. And our willingness to say yes to all that has arisen in our visioning amplifies our willingness to do what is required to bring our vision into fruition. We support the cultivation of that which has been called forth in our lives. We are willing to do something new. We are willing to break free from the habits, and we are willing to catch love's vision. And so we recognize right here and right now, all that may get in the way And so we release it. We release hate and unforgiveness. We release any barriers that exist between me and seeing others. We release the chains that bind us. We release the biases. We release judgment and fear. We release anything that is against peace and love. We release control. We release judgment. We release fear. We release apprehension, limiting beliefs of not being enough, the spirit of comparison and competition. We release being in control. We release everything but the present moment. We release pains and fears, fear and trepidation, hatred and judgment, and resignation. We release worry, anxiety, perfectionism, the fear of change, judgment of others. Resentments, limiting beliefs, complaints, anger, and unforgiveness. We release all that has been shared on Zoom. And as we release all of these things, we recognize that healing has already taken place. We recognize that the power of love transmutes and transforms all that has been released. We recognize that our willingness to say yes to love, to be the love that the world needs now, is potent, is powerful. And so we recognize right here and right now, love's vision for the world is love, divine love. Love's vision for the world is equality, to love each other, working together to reach our highest goals with love and gratitude and peace. We recognize love's vision for the world as community, togetherness, peace, kindness, acceptance, peace everywhere, peace and harmony amongst all people, acceptance of each other. We recognize love's vision as nature, as harmony. We recognize love's vision as faithfulness, fearlessness, as health, as openness, peace, justice, as sharing, as a rainbow of colors, as self-acceptance, as continual creation, as joy, as love, as family. Even if there are differences, we still love unconditionally, as peace, as music. We are conjuring to love all, everything, unconditionally. And so we add in this pot all that has been released from everyone on Zoom and all that has come through as love's vision. And we know that it is enough. We know that we are enough. We know that our sacred yes resonates through the atmosphere, through the universe, and is present everywhere through and as us now. So any undesirable condition that must be overcome is overcome through our interactions with each other. We are knowing right here and right now that the power of love transforms all. And so we stir it up, and we know that all of the necessary ingredients have been spoken and have been received. And so I release this. I release this into the vibration of love. I release this into the foundation that sustains us, that holds us, that knows us. I release this into the vibration of unconditional divine love. I release this into our willingness to be love itself as ambassadors of love. And knowing that all that is needed is here now, because we are here now, because love is here now. I stir it up. I spice it up. I drink it up. I eat it up. Knowing there is enough love, more than enough love, to go around. And so I release this into the vibration of love and law, knowing that it is activated, that it is complete, that it is done, with the mysterious word, Abracadabra. I create as I speak. So I invite you to take a breath, to come back into this space, and to join me in this oath. Because conjuring is about making an oath, forming an alliance. And so we have formed an alliance in love. So the oath is, you can repeat after me, I am love in action. Okay, so I want y'all to say it like you mean it.
I
With
am
some
love.
enthusiasm, like you know what love is. Yes? Yes. All right, let's do
Yes.
that again.
Yes.
All right. I am love in action.
I am love in action.
No matter what. No. Abracadabra.
Abracadabra.
And so it is. Peace and blessings, everyone.